Hey everyone, welcome. My name is Jeff Cockrell, and you may recognize me from my recent appearance at a BT Furnishings workshop. And as I was talking to Eliseo a couple of days afterwards, on Wednesday, when we were at the class together, he was giving me some of the feedback, and I appreciate the positive feedback. One of the things he did say, we would have liked to have spent a little more time on providing constructive feedback. So I thought, well, what the heck, I can shoot a video on that. Because I do believe it's important, particularly if we're working to build a team. I know that you folks have gone through a lot of changes recently, and as a result then, there's a lot of opportunity to have these conversations, and when they go well, then we make this transition more quickly. If they don't go well, then we actually have opportunities to have more of those conversations, and they take up more time, the transition goes more slowly, and everybody is more frustrated. And so I thought, you know, it kind of made sense to do a short video on this. So here it is. All right, if you have your manual, great. Go ahead and open it up right there to the middle. Actually, not quite to the middle. On page 11, communicating difficult messages, giving constructive feedback. If you don't have your manual, then get out a sheet of paper and take some notes. If you have your manual, take notes there. But what I did want to do was talk through coaching as I understand it and what we have seen to work most effectively. Understand, all of this is based upon Dale Carnegie's principles. And yes, you'll notice that there's like 9 different parts. And in the manual, there's 4. Well, part of it is there's some things that we would have covered in discussion, and I want to make sure that we cover them here. So, without any further ado, let's get to it. Step 1, understand the intention. Why are we having this conversation? And this is one that people typically don't think very deeply about. They think their first thought is, well, I want this person to stop doing X. And truthfully, they don't care what you want. They really don't. They care about what's in it for them. What is going to be beneficial for them. And truthfully, when we go into it with that attitude, we go in there in a combative mood. It's like, okay, I'm going to show you what you need to do. If we think about it differently, what's the real reason we're having this conversation? The real reason we're having it, it seems to me, is because we want this, our goal is to help this person improve and maintain or possibly strengthen the relationship. Those are two objectives, and they are not mutually exclusive. But if we go in there with, I'm going to show you, or I'm going to tell you, or I want, now it becomes about us. It should be about them. When we're coaching somebody, it really needs to be about that person, not about what we want. Our goal is to help that person become more successful, is to help them improve their skills. And when we say, well, yeah, but they won't listen to me, guess what? That's about me. They won't listen to me. If we're going to be a leader, then it's our responsibility to make sure that we can set up the message so it's delivered properly. Fortunately, the rest of it is going to help us do that. But the big key is to understand that our intent, whether it's we're talking to an employee, our goal, help that person be more successful at BT Furnishings. Talking to a peer, talking to a teammate, talking to our boss, because yes, this applies there as well. Talking to our spouse, talking to our kids. Our goal is to help that person improve and maintain or possibly strengthen the relationship we have with that person. And that is the intent. And we go in there with that intention in mind, everything else works better because now it's not an ego thing. We're really trying to help them. So I hope that distinction makes sense. It's not in the manual. It just seems to me that it's one of the key attributes, particularly in these coaching conversations, because some of them happen quickly, some of them we have to think about, and often they're a result of somebody messing up. So we want to make sure that we go in this with the thought of our goal, help that person be more successful and maintain the relationship. Now, how do we do that? Let's go into the manual. Obviously, we cushion it. And when we think about a cushion, just like in the, hair. Just like in the Dale Carnegie course, when we're cushioning it, we're setting that person up to hear the message. Now, the difference between this and what we talk about in disagree agreeably, if we're going with the intent to help that person be more successful, they're not in opposition. They don't disagree with this. I mean, who doesn't want to be more successful? That's why this is so important, because it changes how we do this. Because we're not going in to try to overcome some resistance. We're going in to help that person. That's the goal. And then when we have this cushion, understand the cushion is designed to accomplish two things specifically. It's designed to create connection and build rapport. And you'll notice that these arrows, because I'm not sure what order they need to happen in. If we don't have a good relationship with this person, then obviously we're going to have to build some rapport to create this connection. If we have a good relationship with them, we have the connection, we still want to build rapport so that we can deliver the message to them to help them improve. Now, when we're doing this, it's setting them up to hear what we have to say. And think about principle number 22 in How to Win Friends and Influence People, which is begin with praise and honest appreciation. Great way to do that. Hey, I noticed one of the things, the way you handled this with this customer worked really, really well. In fact, everyone else on the team was quite impressed. One aspect that might have gone better is this. I have some thoughts if you're interested in hearing them. That is a way, create connection, build rapport, let them know that I'm trying to help. And sometimes it's worse than others. I mean, if we do not have the rapport, we might want to spend more time on talking about the things they've done well. Again, they have to be honest, have to be sincere. Our goal, our intent, is to make sure this person is ready to hear what we have to offer. Once we do that, then we talk about the behavior, not the person. You did this. Here's what happened. When we interacting with the customer in this way, it produced this impact, which is not what we were looking for. It only took a little extra time to make sure that report was correct. As a result, Tom was not able to get his project met on time because he was waiting for that data. And I mean, behavior, impact. We're not accusing anybody. We're just saying, here's what the behavior was, here's what it resulted in. And all of this is designed to get them to go, yeah, okay, you're right, I messed up. Now, obviously, if the mess up is big enough we're going to fire them, we're not having this conversation. But if we're trying to improve this person's performance, help them be more successful, and maintain the relationship, then this is the conversation that we have. And all of this is designed to let them know we have an issue that we're going to address. And we're going to address it in a way that is, I don't want to say non-threatening, but it's not accusatory and it's not designed to make you feel bad. It's designed to help you improve. Then we actually start coaching. All of this is prep. Now we coach. And when we coach, we're doing a couple of things. We're going to redirect their behavior, and then we're going to relate it so that it kind of is they understand it in their mind. So, and the redirection can be very specific. Going forward, it would be better if you did this, and to do that, it would look like X. So we redirect them, and this actually it should be relate. I started writing redirect, but redirect, relate is what this word is supposed to be, not redate. But redirect their behavior. We can tell them what to do, and then we relate how it would look. Here's what it would look like. That's an option. Another way to redirect their behavior would be to ask some questions. So we had this behavior produce this impact. If you had to do it again, what might you do differently? Well, I might do X. Really, what would it look like? Well, it might kind of look like this. Okay. Either way, we've redirected the behavior and we've got them to have an image of here's what it would look like when it's done properly. So at this point, we've almost, actually at this point, we've done the easy part. The hard part now is paying attention later. Because once we have done the coaching, Now we've got to be paying attention so that we can reinforce it. When they take a step in the right direction, whether they're perfect or not, they just take a step. We have to be paying attention so that we can let them know we see it and let them know that's exactly what we wanted them to do. Because then they're willing to take the next step. And that's why it's so important to get this emotion out of it. Our goal is to help this person be more successful. That's the goal, and it's part of our responsibility. To do that, we have to set them up to hear what we're going to relate to them, and then finally, we have to reinforce it when they make those changes. You'll notice that these colors are a little bit different. We get kind of a greenish blue here, blue, and then green. The intention happens before we actually meet. All of this blue stuff happens in the interaction. This happens after we pay attention. And that's why the whole thing is green, because we do this, then we lock in the behaviors. And remember, we talked about this, the emotional change and the behavior change. That's what results in performance change. So when we see them making the behavior change, we have to support that emotionally. We have to let them know they're doing the right thing. That's how we help lock it in so that they go ahead and continue forward. And I know this is a little more expanded than what's in the manual, but as I've extracted some of the verbiage, this is what makes sense to me, and I hope this makes sense to you. Obviously, if there's any questions, please feel free to let us know. I'm going to let Eliseo I'm going to put this on YouTube, let him have the link to give to y'all, and then you can do with it what you will. But ultimately, if we're going to follow this process, then we really can help people make some rapid changes. We can help people be more successful sooner. And yes, much like Dale Carnegie's principles, it doesn't have to be done just at work. Actually, this stuff can be done at home. It can be done in our daily life. And then we strengthen the relationship, we change the behavior, and we actually do it without causing offense or arousing resentment. So I hope this serves. Thank you so much. I don't know if there's going to be a box to make comments. If so, please feel free to make them. Positive. But in the meantime, thank you so much for letting me work with you. It was exciting, and I look forward to having a chance to work with you all again. Meantime, have a great day.